Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the for each loop. This loop is used in for arrays and collections, and it can be used in more than one way. And I'm going to show you those different ways. The first and probably the way you'll be using it the most is to easily print out all the elements in an array without having to type in console.writeLine grades bracket 0 grades and then console.writeLine grades bracket 1 all the way up till the end of your array. And here I have an array of size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'd have to do 8 lines of code just to print out all the array. And an easier way to do this is to use the for each loop. And some people call it the for each in loop because it actually uses the keyword in inside of the parentheses for the loop. But let me just go ahead and show this to you. So first thing you do is you type out for each. If you know Java, the for each loop is pretty much the same thing as the new for loop that works with arrays that uses the colon. C# has gone ahead and created a special loop with a new name just to make it easier probably. I like the for each loop better than the new for loop in Java, so that's a good thing. And then what you do is you type in whatever data type the array is that you're going to be saving, and I'm going to put int grade without the s in grades. Let me add my curly braces. Okay. Now what this has done is it goes through each element of grades and stores whatever is in the element that it's on and stores it in an integer called grade. And then every time it goes through the loop, it saves the next integer, the next element in the grades array into grade. So like the first time it goes through this, it'll go to the first element, which is index 0, and save 86 in grade. Then it'll go back through and say, okay, we've already done the first one, let's go to index number 1, which is the second element. And it'll save 87 in grade. And then you can use grade in here, which I will in a second. And then it'll go through the third time, go to 89, fourth time, 91, fifth time, 92, all the way up until it gets to 72. And then, and then it will stop doing everything because that's the end of the array. So, let me go ahead. I'm just going to have it say the grade is, and then type it out. What is it? Okay. Go away. Okay. I guess I'm just going to do this. Okay. And I'm going to use some new thing that I just learned, like, literally like a couple minutes ago. The grade is, and then you do curly brace, 0, curly brace, and that will access, and then you do a comma, and then grade. So this types out the grade is, and then once it comes to this is kind of like a little code set inside the string literal, and it will replace this curly brace 0 curly brace with grade. Now if you had another one that you wanted to do, then you'd do comma and then type in the name, and then in here you'd have to do curly brace 1 curly brace if that's what you wanted to do with it. But since I only have one, all I have to do is curly brace 0 curly brace. So now once I run this, it should print out the grade is 86, next line the grade is 87, the grade is 89, all the way down to the grade is 72. And it has. The grade is 86, the grade is 87, all the way up to 72. It's a lot better than actually physically typing out console.writeLine grades bracket 86, console.writeLine grades bracket 87, or 0 and 1, I mean, not 86 and 87, sorry. The next thing you can do with this, I'm gonna actually pull this off of the Microsoft website because I don't want to type it all out, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This code segment here finds all the even and odd numbers in an array And see here, they've even gone ahead and used the example that I just showed you of the curly brace 0 and then curly brace 1 with the data types that you want to print out. So let me go ahead and put this on the same line just so you can see what it should look like. Okay, so that's what it should look like. So it takes 0, it takes the first one and plugs it in, and then 1 takes the second one and plugs it in. So that's how that works. Okay. So it'll go for each int number in numbers. Numbers is my array. So it'll go through and find each of these numbers. And then if that number that it found, which the first one is 0, is divisible by 2 equals 0, if the remainder is 0, then it's even. If otherwise, it's odd. So the first one, 0 divided by 2 is 0. So it's probably going to say that it's even though 0 is really not supposed to be considered even or odd. In this case, it's probably going to say that it's even. 1 is divided by 2 is 1, which is not 0, so it's going to say it's odd. 2 is even, 5 is odd, 7 is odd, 8 is even, 11 is odd. So let's go ahead and print this out and see what it says. Oh, my bad. That's what I get for copying code from Microsoft, guys. Okay, it says it's found 4 odd numbers and 3 even numbers. Let's see if that's right. 4 odd, 1, 2, 3. It probably said 0 was odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, and no, wait. I forgot 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 odd, and 1, 2, 3 even. There we go. So you can find even and odd numbers inside of an array. It can do other stuff too. You can just get creative with it if you find a need for it, other than finding even or odd numbers or just printing out, then just do it. And you should be able to do it right, unless it's really complicated. But again, the for each loop works with arrays and collections, and I may do a tutorial on collections later. I'll have to research them first, and I want to kind of go through OOP and the other kinds of arrays first. So I'll see you guys next time. We're going to do 2D arrays next.